Leading the People by Eugene Delacroix, painted in 1830, and it is an oil on canvas, a very big oil on canvas. The biggest context of this is that this piece does not portray the French Revolution. Instead, it portrays a 3-day July Revolution that took place in 1830 in France. And it took place because the people of France were upset about Charles X taking the throne and trying to establish a conservative monarchy. Charles X took the throne after Napoleon stepped down, and after Napoleon was Louis XVIII. And so Charles X, they're all trying to reassert the French crown's rule, and the French people are having nothing of it. This is a painting of Charles X taking the throne. But the context of this piece in terms of an art genre is that this is a romantic piece. It is based on emotion. It's not about reason and enlightenment. Not that liberty isn't an enlightenment kind of notion, but in terms of the painting, it is all about just this, um, quest to regain control of the crown, to kick Charles X off the throne, and to show their desire for freedom is what this is about. It's about imagination and feeling. In terms of form, this is shaped like a triangle, which is a common design in paintings. And we've seen it before in Madonna and Child with two angels. We saw it on the Last Supper with Jesus shaped like a child, or the design around him is a triangle, not a child. So this is a triangle here coming off the tricolor flag, going off to these two men. And on this side, it comes down to past the schoolboy. It's reinforced by lines like this man's rifle that goes up, this man's back that goes up, and the schoolboy's arm here that kind of helps that line. Also, in terms of form, we see that there's a significant backdrop here of people following Lady Liberty. You can see these bayonets coming up through the air with the rifles and bayonets. You can also see the cityscape behind, and this is meant to be Notre Dame. It's kind of hard to see, but at the very top of the Notre Dame tower is another tricolor flag. And even the repeating color here of blue, white, and red in the sky, and blue, white, and red on this man's clothing. And we see blue, white, and red here on this soldier's clothing. This repeating little bits of red, white, and blue can be seen. So the main figure, though, Liberty, stands super tall above all the others. And she is based on, we think, something like a Greek Aphrodite or the Roman Venus. And probably also this sculpture here that's found in the Louvre that Delacroix would have seen. This is the Venus de Milo with bare chests. You can see that. It's quite similar. But our Lady Liberty here holds the tricolor flag in one hand, and then she's got, this impressive rifle with a bayonet on the end. She is definitely leading people passionately in this revolution. She is also wearing something that would have been worn by freed slaves in Greek and Roman times. This hat, the Phrygian cap, would have been seen by people, known what we're talking about here. And this is a huge, the whole piece is an allegory about freedom, and that cap just reinforces that. So this whole Lady Liberty is talking about freedom, and we see posters made out of this or off of this painting, and money has been based or has this image on it. Like I think in Brazil, this is an image on their money. I heard. And then barricades in streets. This is also a part of the content we see this is an image from a street skirmish in Paris, France in the late 1800s. And you can see here in this real image, people are piling up this barricade using cobblestones from streets. And the same is true here. These cobblestones are creating this barricade in addition to the dead bodies. And this man here seems to like be taken out of bed. He's got his nightshirt on. And that was a kind of a terror technique that Charles X employed as well, which is to kind of drag people out of their bed at night, to punish them and to use them as an example for others. These dead bodies would be lying in the street. So more content here. We have people from all classes and all ages featured. So here we have a young boy right here crawling over the cobblestone barricade. And here we have a man in like a working man's cap, a shirt on with like overalls on. He is not a wealthy person, but yet he is standing next to a man who is dressed like he is wealthy with a top hat, waistcoat, and hunting rifle here. And in terms of all ages, here we see this young boy again, or another young boy, a school-aged boy with a school bag across his chest. So inspiring is this that Coldplay, of course, has this as the cover of their album, Viva La Vida, and they use it in their music video, which is pretty entertaining. The function of it that Coldplay kind of plays on is that this is about Delacroix voicing his support for the cause to honor those who have lost their lives. And we might also point out that it's not just the people fighting against the government. Here is a French soldier who has lost his life as well. Both of these might be French soldiers. Some say that this is Delacroix here in this painting. This is a portrait of Delacroix. And is this, do you think, Delacroix? Delacroix would have seen this 3-day revolt or revolution from his home. And he is famous for having said, if I haven't fought for my country, at least I'll paint for her. So this is piece 108, Liberty Leading the People by Eugene Delacroix, a famous romanticist, painted in 1830, which is another romantic idea of painting something that's a current event. So he's painting in 1830 something that happened for 3 days in 1830. This is an oil on canvas.